would be so confusing to them. It says we're live.
Oh, there we are.
I do not believe it until my existence is validated, but I will at least start with this. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Lords.
John Brownstone.
Love-loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our weekly live stream of our podcast recording. Hi. Hi. Hi, Sassy Vanessa. Hi, Susan. Hi, Tayshu. Hi, Eva. Hi, Pacifist P.
Hi, folks.
There will be more people. I will say hi again.
I know you will.
We are here for anybody who comes to the live stream well after it's begun, but before I put timestamps in, and you don't like this butt rub portion, you're missing out on fun, but it's okay. Consent matters around here. You can fast forward by approximately 8 minutes, and you should get to everything. Hi, Adriana. So, yay. I don't feel like I'm in the screen with you. Is it me?
You're sitting too close.
I'm sitting too close, except
I'm to the table.
Except because I like to lean. I don't like to be back. I think my chair needs to scoot over. Hold, please. I want to say hi to people, but I need to actually. Ow! 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 I literally put the chair down on my foot. Oh my god. Hi. Hi. Hi, Yessie. Hi, Faye. Donnie Marie. Educate me and I will say it right. Hi, Rochelle. Hi, Angel. Hello.
Welcome.
Yes, Tayshu, we are monetized for a few minutes because I didn't put a title in because the title has a word they're not going to like. They're going to demonetize. So I was like, let me get at least a quarter's worth out of this.
Yeah, right.
Hi, Christina. So, what do we got for butt rub stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yay, Rochelle, you're here for a live.
Hi.
Yay. Yeah, I sometimes worry that I'm making it so that podcast listeners are annoyed because they're like, well, all the fun's at the live stream. But then people decide to come to a live stream and I'm like, oh, okay. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Liz. So, we got 6 minutes and I got nothing.
Got stuff to talk about in the bonus section later.
I got announcements too. I got all kinds of stuff. I'm just spitting my coffee out everywhere. Don't mind me. This is my first sip of coffee for the day. Oh my god.
Christina, yes, the heat is on for sure down here.
God, it's miserable. We walked Lola at 8 o'clock this morning, and it was misery.
Yeah, we've hit low 90s every day.
And this is the beginning, so it only gets worse from here.
Yep.
Aw, yeah, see, that's sweet. So, I have been thinking about this since you said it this morning.
Uh-oh.
So me not realizing that it's genuinely already getting hot at 8 o'clock in the morning, I was like, let me go take a shower, then we'll walk Lola so she gets her walk in and she doesn't miss out. And you tell me while we're in the middle of the walk, I'm sweating my butt off and I'm cranky about it. I wondered, wait, then why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you save me from myself? Isn't that your job? You're the daddy.
Most of the time. Sometimes it's fun just to...
Oh, that's because you're a sadistic daddy. I was so annoyed. By being so hot. I wasn't annoyed at you. I was just so cranky about being hot. Freaking hate it.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's fun just to let things run their its natural course, and that was one of them.
I'm jealous of 50 degrees. I want to go where it's 50 degrees. Yeah, Pastor Speed, I've been drinking tea in the morning and then delaying my coffee, but I delayed it longer today than I normally do. I definitely don't want it to be in the 30s. That would be, but warm 60s, that sounds delightful.
Yeah.
That's just enough where I kind of need my light hoodie. Sometimes. Ooh, yeah, Massachusetts, I hear it gets cold there. No thanks. But also Wisconsin, I know it gets cold there. I don't want to go where it's cold. I just want it to always be 72 degrees and 0% humidity. That's it. Can't a girl have what she wants?
I think Costa Rica, you can have that.
Yeah. Was it a pleasant 72, Tayshu? Was it like a good 72? Also 4 a.m. Run. Oh, you're a better human being than I am. Oh. I was awake at 4 a.m., but not because I was happy about it. or because I wanted to be, or because I was doing anything productive. I was laying in the bed going, why am I awake right now? What is happening here? What is my life? We got 3 minutes. What? Hi, Rara. What else?
Hey, Rara, welcome.
What else have we got? I mean, nothing. We're boring these days.
I'm a boring old fart.
I've been looking at some of my different numbers and things. I, too, am a boring old fart. Okay, then I'm not jealous of your run taste, but I'm jealous of your 72 degrees. So, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
No, and here's the thing. We've now entered the 9-month period where all we do is talk about the weather on the Loving BDSM YouTube channel. Oh, no, 32. You know what? If I can stay warm, like my toes don't get cold or whatever in cold weather, I don't mind cold weather. I like to wear cozy things. As long as I don't like anything too tight around my neck. Like I can't do turtlenecks, but I like cozy clothes. I love wearing leggings and some fuzzy socks and, a long sleeve soft shirt. Yeah, we are definitely out of that life right now. I'm wearing tank tops and shorts. Yep. So... Hi, Luna. Hey. Do you want me to call you by your screen name or by the name I know you as? JK are your initials. I'm not gonna shout somebody's name out if they're like, actually no, don't say my name. I'm more impressed with myself for remembering because I sometimes forget who's who and I always feel awful about it, but I remembered that time. Okay, we are 2 minutes away, so I do want to go ahead and say we are wearing the I Kink and I Know Things shirt. It is an Ignicia design. Look at my boobs. Okay. Now we've been demonetized. I've linked this down below in the description box. If you're interested in this or any other Ignicia design, she gave us a coupon code to pass on to y'all. It's Loving DS. You get 15% off. We're not affiliated, so support Ignicia because Ignicia is great to support. We're not gonna make any money from it. So, what else? I think that's all for just regular YouTube stuff. But yeah, shirts. I remembered. I figured because of today's topic. Oh, I should tell you all that because I didn't give a title.
Yeah.
But podcast listeners, when they're brought in, will know the topic. So basically, we're going to just sort of do a riff on our beliefs, philosophies, and principles that we think about BDSM. Not like one principle and a whole hour conversation, but here's some things we think. And I don't think any of them will be hot takes or unpopular opinions. I don't think so. I also don't think long-term watchers / listeners will be surprised by any of it. But it's I kind of want to put it all in one spot. If you want to know who we are as Kinksters and our philosophy, here, let's kind of lay it out as much as we can in about an hour. I do think that I could end up going on a rant, depending on... I don't plan on it.
When don't you go on a rant?
I don't plan rants. I really don't. Every once in a while, I'm that topic's going to get me fired up.
No, you don't plan them, but they occur.
They occur. They occur naturally.
Like rain. Yeah. Like the sun coming up in the morning. Yeah.
Like the Florida humidity. It is exactly, what are words? I don't know how to speak them. It is exactly noon, so we will get started with the YouTube part before you click any magic buttons. If at any point we don't run you off and you actually enjoy what you see here, feel free to give us a thumbs up at any point. If you have not already and we really don't run you off and to the point you'd like to come back for more, consider subscribing to the channel.
And when you do that, click on that notification bell to get updates of new content.
Let's do it, Daddy.
Just saying.
We're house divided. I do not need more notifications in my life. So I don't click the bell. But I won't judge you if you do or don't, is what we're saying. If you like what we do so much that you want to help us do more of it and get perks you can't get anywhere else, consider joining our Patreon, patreon.com/KaylaLords, or the link is in the description box. You can join for as little as $2 a month. If you do the monthly thing, you can cancel whenever. We try to make it worth the money. But I get it. Not everybody can. It's fine. Okay. Now.
Can I click the button?
You can click the button. before we get into the topic, which will be by design chaotic. For once, we're going to be chaotic because we mean to, not because we had an idea and it just didn't go right. I do want to it happens. I want to do some announcements. This week, I'm not just reminding you that the Kinkery exists. That's JB's shop with weapons of mass destruction. That's kind of boring. I keep saying that. No. I wanted to let you know that new products are coming.
Yes.
Like literally this week, like when we get done hitting the record button, if somebody will have the conversation he's supposed to have with me, I could literally get a new product out by tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's have the conversation.
Not right now. It's a business meeting. This is a different thing.
Let's conversate.
Let's do things. We're not multitasking is what I'm saying. But I will give you a verbal sneak peek. It's a verbal. There's no pictures. There's no wavy things. We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
We are putting out a new type of paddle. It's same styles that we've been using. It's our base models, but they're going to be in different beautiful colors. If you follow the Kinkery on Instagram, or if you are one of our patrons, you will have seen, I think you will have seen pictures. Did I show pictures on Patreon? Oh, God, y'all, I think I suck. I don't think I did. But I know I've put it on the Kinkery Instagram, at the Kinkery on Instagram. Also, this week, hopefully by the end of the week, if you are a person who uses a planner and you like your planner to reflect your kinky personality, or you've wanted to and you haven't found stickers you love, and you need reminders of things like Loving BDSM is doing a what, when, now, who, where, we're going to have planner stickers, and one of those stickers is the Loving BDSM logo. I'm just saying, it's just a little sheet of planner stickers. It's all the Loving BDSM logo. You can buy them sheet by sheet, different styles, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. If you follow us on the Kinkery at Instagram, you will have seen them. I'm much more active on Instagram than I am anywhere else for social media right now, and you're handling FetLife, so if you're on FetLife, you can go there. But if you want to actually know when these items drop, I will put them out in the newsletter before I put them on social media, so you should subscribe to the Kinkery newsletter, which you can do if you go to thekinkery.com. That's all I'm going to say. So if any of those, like, we've got a yellow paddle, we've got a red paddle, we've got 2 hot pink paddles, 2, yeah, purple paddles, beautiful blue. That blue came out.
That blue is gorgeous. I love the blue.
Gorgeous. And the sneak peeks I did on Kinkery actually don't do it justice, because those were like their plain flat color, and then you put the finish on and they start to look like gym tones. It was amazing. So thekinkery.com. Second announcement. See, we're already chaotic. We barely got into it. We told ourselves at the end of last year that for 2021 we were going to try and take a week off break every quarter of the year. We missed first quarter because we did.
And someone's been kind of cranky about it.
Yes, you have. You're right.
Yeah. I'm not denying that it was me. Yes.
Second quarter break is next week, the week of May 17th. Now, all that actually means from y'all's perspective is that there will be no Wednesday live stream or Friday long podcast episode. There will still be a video on Monday. There will still be a mini-sode of the podcast on Tuesday. And the Friday night hangout was scheduled for that Friday. It's the third Friday of the month. We're still doing it.
Yeah.
So that's on YouTube Friday night. I don't remember the date, but Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. There will be no newsletter next week as well. So yeah, you will only feel it on the day you would consume this podcast. That's it. But I will get a solid week off of working. Like, I'm not doing client work. The only thing I'll do is process orders from the Kinkery and probably be a shop elf. But that's because that's fun to me, and also processing orders means money, and I like money. But yeah, so that's our announcement that if you're like, where's my long podcast? Where's the Wednesday live stream? You have not gone crazy and the internet did not break. We're doing that on purpose. We are trying really hard to give ourselves enough breaks to prevent burnout from setting in. So in a few months, we'll do another one of these. And then at the end of the year, we'll do our standard 2 weeks off like we do. That's the plan.
Yep.
Because as long as we take care of ourselves, we can keep helping y'all. And that's the whole thing we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm done with freaking announcements. Okay. This is a purposely chaotic episode. We're going to just share things we think about BDSM that I think sometimes I think these things are universal, but sometimes I think, they're just about me. They're just about us. It is okay if you disagree with anything we believe. My whole thing is, If you disagree with me, that's cool. If it doesn't affect my life or anybody I care about, then that's probably really fine. Also, if you disagree with me and it gives you a big negative reaction, I would suggest you sit with those feelings and figure out why. Because I'm just over here living my kink life and you're over there living your kink life. So yeah, but it's okay if we disagree. It's okay if we disagree. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna throw out my first one. Okay.
Okay.
And I just want to say nobody's gonna be surprised at most of these. Y'all know us. Communication is, how do I put this? It is the most important part of BDSM. And what I mean by that is it is literally part of every aspect of your kink. If you don't have good communication, you have shitty kink. Mm-hmm. I think that's my thought. If you don't have good communication, you got shitty kink. Here's why. If you're not talking about you like that or you don't like that, you're not getting the activity you want. If you're in the activity and you're not talking about, hey, that hurts, hey, that doesn't feel good, you're having a slightly less good experience. If you have grown away from this dynamic that you're in and you want this dynamic and you're not saying anything, resentment. Communication is the core of everything. It is everything. If you don't have that, you don't have shit. I went on a rant in the first 30 seconds. I didn't mean to.
I mildly disagree.
Okay, here we go. Debate.
I think communication is important. I'm not taking that away. Mm-hmm. But I think that there is a foundation mm-hmm. that encompasses several things.
Okay.
All right. The communication, mm-hmm. trust,
sure,
respect.
Sure. But you don't have trust or respect if you don't communicate.
But if you...
Podcast listeners, you can't see his face, but you know his face.
But it takes all three of those.
I agree.
To build the foundation.
To build
a full foundation. Mm-hmm. All right? You can communicate all you want. If you don't have trust, if you don't have respect...
I would definitely agree with that.
Okay.
One. I will definitely agree with that one.
You can communicate till the cows come home.
Well, and I would also add as an addendum to that communication one, communication is not just saying what you think. It's taking in information of what the other person thinks.
Absolutely.
It's listening.
Communication is as much listening as it is speaking.
And actually hearing.
Oh, yeah.
Actually internalizing what the other person is mm-hmm. saying and thinking about it and going, is this something I can live with? Is this something I agree with? Is this something I'm willing to do? And then doing the really hard part that a lot of people don't like to do, saying the words, especially when you don't agree. You're like, okay, I see you. That's what you want. Mm-hmm. Great. That's not going to work for me. Gotta go.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I think, yes, the foundation is your philosophy. Is my philosophy. But also, if you don't have good communication, you got shitty kink is all I'm going to say. I'm going to put that on a shirt. Because I have a cricket now and I can't. Okay, next one. This one might be, hear me out before anybody comes with pitchforks, okay? Because it's a nuanced thing.
Uh-oh.
I do think, hear me out, that your role that you take on, dom, sub, switch, is an inherent part of who you are. Wait before you get mad at me. Here's what I mean by that. Do I think society can teach us to reject those parts of us, to think that we're not allowed to do that that's not okay, that that's not what this group of people does, that group? Yes. So we can say to ourselves, I don't like that. And then we learn about it later and we come to this discovery and we're like, oh, okay, maybe I do like that. But I genuinely think, because it goes back to my belief that you can't make anybody be your dom or sub. You just can't. You can want them to be, of course, but you can't make them. It has to be something within them. They have to decide for themselves. And I think that desire for any of the roles, even moving fluidly through the roles, mm-hmm. is a part of us on some level, even if it's on a subconscious level we're not aware of. We learn the skills, we see how to do it, we see that it's possible, and then we maybe try it for the first time. Mm-hmm. But something of that had to be within us already. Maybe it just had to be turned on.
I agree. There has to be that that core. Mm-hmm. All right? Because it would be like saying, I want you to be my dom. All right? Yeah, see? Right? There you go. There you go.
Sorry, I'm glad I wasn't drinking coffee right then.
But you could do that, and you can want that from somebody.
Sure.
You know,
And you can even teach them the skills for it.
but if they don't have it in them to, you know, sorry, I got to go with it. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Sure.
And it's the same thing. You can, you know, say what you want from somebody, but it's not going to make them so.
Exactly. And I will also clarify, it's not that somebody's born a dom or born a submissive. It's not a trait like you have green eyes or brown hair. I think you can push that down. It can be a small kernel of who you are, and you reject it because it's not that important to you. The skills of being whatever role, whatever thing you want to do, you have to learn that. But that desire, that willingness to learn.
Yeah, you have to be open
in.
to it. You have to be open, and that goes with anything in life.
And it's got to speak to you on some level.
Right.
I mean, it's like if you've ever heard a kink act and immediately knew, oh my God, hell no, get that away from me. That was a visceral reaction. Can you change your mind later? Sure, you can. But sometimes we hear those things. We go, oh, no. We know. We don't have to rationalize it. We don't have to go sit in a classroom for it. I didn't have to get on a forum on FetLife for 3 days to figure out I didn't like that. I knew I didn't like that. And sometimes you do have to go, let me go educate myself about this first and then decide how I feel about it. But I do. I think that's deep down inside somewhere. It's an innate thing, even if we don't recognize it. Even if we're having to fight against internalized misogyny or internalized toxic masculinity or whatever. Like all the things that society does to us. I just think that. Okay. You name one. I've already gone on 85 rants. We've only been doing this 10 minutes.
Gosh, and I had one, and it was hanging on the tip of my tongue.
I hate that.
And okay, here.
Okay.
Speaking about that, I view being a big D as being a leader.
Okay.
Okay. Not so much someone who demands or is controlling. They are in control and they exhibit good leadership qualities.
Which we've done an episode on.
Yes. And I think that at that core of the lifestyle, especially someone in a big D, and I think that is a very important
So are you saying
aspect.
that the core, for you at least, or in your opinion, is leadership, not power? Or leadership, not control?
Correct.
Because I'm not. I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
I've never thought about it that way. I wish I had some statements like that about submission, but there's so many different ways to submit
Because
that I don't.
part of what I view it, you know, when someone says, you know, a big D has to be in control, to me it means as much being in control of yourself.
Oh, God, yeah, that I definitely agree with. Dominance, if you want to be in control, you better be in control of yourself, as well as ideally first, in a perfect world first.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's an intrinsic part of it.
Gotcha. Okay, here's one. So I want to say this. I want to disclaimers up here because I don't want to be misunderstood. Safe words, we're 100% on board with them, and we use them. I think every new relationship, and then anybody who maybe not in a new relationship who wants a safe word, should use a safe word. I'm pro safe word. Also, I also think that in some cases, ours being one of them, that at a certain point, safe words can become unnecessary.
I wouldn't say unnecessary.
Okay.
I think that it's always there if needed.
Yes.
It is always there if needed because you never ever know. I mean, yes, I understand what you're saying.
Okay, good. Glad somebody does.
We have played together enough after 7 years. Going on 8 soon.
I keep losing count.
Yeah. That I know you well enough. I know your boundaries. Okay? I know when I stay below them. I know when I push them. I have played with you enough that I can see physical aspects, okay, of when you are reaching those limits. So, yes, it is not as necessary. It's not used as much. All right.
You're right. It is there because anything can happen at any point.
Anything can happen at any point.
But it becomes, when I say unnecessary, I mean, you do because it's how your style of play, but you could do a whole scene and not check in on me. I'm not going to think you did anything wrong because I know, one, if something goes wrong, I know what to scream. I know how to make it stop. And two, if you didn't check in with me, it's because you're watching my body language and you're going to err on the side of caution.
Right. And it's not that the safe word isn't needed, because in an instance like that, if you were to utter the safe word for any reason whatsoever,
it would all stop.
And
that's almost
the safe word would still be respected.
And I'll even qualify and clarify my meaning because it is specific to our dynamic. Because of the way we play, I would say your check-ins are not necessary. If they're necessary for you, then they're necessary.
Yeah.
They become unnecessary for me. Let me do an addendum to a philosophy.
Yeah.
I think all power exchange relationships, all kinky play partners, everybody, at least within minimum new people, have to have a safe word. You don't have to do shit except, pay taxes and die. But I think everybody should have a safe word at the beginning. Now, what you do later, I think there's room for debate. Because it's nuanced, because it's not like the safe word. When I say we don't need one, I mean you don't need to check in. I'm going to use it because you know I'm going to use it.
Right.
You know me. But I do think BDSM hot take philosophy, early days of DS, new players only play occasionally, always have a safe word. I don't care. Right. And I think run the fuck away from somebody who says you don't need one or they don't play with one. Fuck that shit, because they are not perfect.
Now, I'm going to step back here a little bit. As far as the check-ins. Now, when we play at home, I do not check in as much.
No.
When we play at a dungeon, because when we're at it's kind of funny. We do the opposite. We play lighter at home than we do at a dungeon.
Oh, yeah, we go heavy.
Okay, in a dungeon, we go very heavy, very deep. Yeah. We go a lot deeper into the play. So when we are in that type of situation, I will check in more often.
See, I had another one on the tip of my tongue. Oh, what was it? There was one on the tip of my... Okay. So I want to say, there's two things I want to say, and actually I'm going to credit Rara for this because it was a tweet that she put out that I responded to. This one's on my mind, then I got another one. There's no fucking, well, there is. Please be of an adult age to be kinky and in the BDSM community, but there's no upper limit on age. If you are 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, hell, if you're 100, hi, I'm very proud of you and want to be you when I grow up, and you are just now getting into kink, welcome, and fuck anybody who says you're too fucking old. I just want to say that. There's the age limit is please be a legal adult.
Yes.
Because this is an adult space. We do adult things here. Once you are of legal age, come get your, let your freak flag fly.
Yeah.
I welcome you with open fucking arms. Till then, Scarletine is your friend, I think. Books are your friend. But after that, there's no upper limit. There's no point where we're all supposed to retire from fucking kink, y'all.
Yeah.
And you are never too old to get into it for the first time. I was reading a thing, because I was consoling you on getting older, about how there are things coming out about aging that say that if not now, then very soon, there will be a point in the next 10 or 15 years that being 70, assuming you're in good health, is the equivalent to being 50 now. Right? Like, remember when everybody was like, 50's the new 30? Well, 70's about to be the new 50. Like, because of, when you have access to it, because of advances in technology and medicine and blah, 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 we live longer, and some of us can have a higher quality of life, which means that we could be 70 and finally go, shit, you know what I'd like to do? Let me search that whips and chains thing on the Google machine there and learn about it. And if I'm not allowed to keep discovering shit when I'm 70 and 80, I might as well go ahead and get in the coffin now. Actually, the urn, I want to be cremated, but still. Like, anybody who walks around looking down their nose at anybody who's, of a senior age, put big old fat air quotes around that, fuck you and the horse you rode in Also, I love y'all. If you are in your 30s, you are not an older kinkster. Okay? I'm in my 40s and wouldn't call myself I would call myself a middle-aged kinkster because I feel like an old lady sometimes. But that's more about my head, not about my age. Like, no. Thank you, Rah-Rah, for tweeting that so I could rant about that. The other one.
Okay.
So it's a two-parter on my philosophy. I do think, when available, kink communities are beneficial for kinksters, and that online communities are just as valid as local in-person communities. But also, semicolon, that was bad grammar, but put a semicolon there. But also, if you don't have access to a community and you don't feel comfortable and it's just not right for you and you haven't found your group and your tribe and your people and your vibe and your however you think of it, you're just as kinky if you never go to a munch, follow somebody on Twitter, make a FetLife account. Like, I'm pretty sure if you're in that camp, you're not listening to the sound of my voice right now. But I think we can all at some point come across a kinkster that's like, no, I've never set up a FetLife. No, what is that Twitter thing? Like, I don't listen to podcasts. Like, we're gonna meet those people at some point in our life. Their kink is just as valid.
Right.
There's no
not having a FetLife account doesn't make you not kinky. All right. There was a time there was no FetLife, so what was there? There were no kinksters prior to FetLife.
Right. Exactly. Well, and it's like saying kinky people didn't exist until they all started going to munches. Like, nah.
Yeah, no.
We will continue, I think, to highly recommend finding your kink community online or in person because there's a value to that. There are things that you will get from that you won't get when you're on your own. But you are not less valid as a kinkster or more valid just because you do these things. There are clear benefits, and we definitely believe in community. But,
kind of on that same note, the thing that... you take the person who just likes the occasional spanking,
right?
And that's all they want. That's all they're looking for, as opposed to a person who is into edge play.
Yes.
All right. To say that the person who just likes the spanking isn't kinky.
Oh Jesus, I know.
Lord. Yeah. Not true. Not true. It's all a freaking spectrum.
It is. From a little bit to a lot, and a lot in between.
Right. And it can be anywhere you want it to be, and anyhow it works for you.
Yes.
Anyhow. Any way it works for you.
Grammar's not your friend today either.
No, it's not.
Because this episode's one big rant.
Yeah.
So, on that note, we both have said this before. I just want it on the fucking record. There's no fucking one true goddamn way.
No.
Run from the motherfuckers who say that shit, okay? Or tell them, laugh in their face, go fuck you, or block and ignore. I don't care how you respond to this shit, but let them go about and be ignorant in their own way, unless you need to save somebody you know from them, and then be like, no, listen to that. Because that tells me a lot of things. I can make a lot of suppositions about somebody who believes that there's literally only one way to do whatever.
Yeah.
One, that is the only way they've ever done it. That's the only experience they have. Or they don't know shit and they watched one porn and called themselves a dom. It's not always a dom. I don't want to ever, because there are some submissives out there who will totally tell you there's only one way to do this submissive thing. And my eyes cannot roll any harder than they already do. But there's a lot. I mean, online is a lot. It's a lot of doms. Usually guy doms. Usually, like, as Master Venture on Twitter. If you're on Twitter and you're not following Master Venture, you are missing out. He's a wealth of knowledge. And then we'll put a dinosaur gif in his feed. But he's the one that pointed out. He's the one I saw pointing out. Other people had said it before. That a lot of these people are a headless man in a suit, and that's their avatar. And they spout off these one true wayisms, and then people believe it because people don't know any better,
right?
And they haven't gotten into it yet, or they're not getting like any tangible experience yet. But I also get emails from people and DMs from people who are like, I want to do it this way, but I was told that that's how you do power exchange, and I just I want to come through the screen at people.
It's whatever works for you. That is the bottom line. If you like light spankings, embrace it. You're kinky. If you like being beaten with spiked paddles, you're kinky. Embrace
I'm gonna do this cringy thing when I see that, but also more power to you.
If being tickle tortured with the feather duster is your thing, you're kinky. Embrace it. Mm-hmm. Enjoy it. Have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. Safely and consensually.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
But yes, and so for me, I learn new things about myself through the lens of kink and just in life and just as I get older and all the time. One of the things that has been the most fascinating for me to learn, is that not only is there this massive breadth out there and just, oh my God, plethora of what it means to be kinky and how that can be expressed and how literally from person to person, even when you find similarities with another person, there's also a ton of difference. But also how much it's helped me just kind of go to... I remember being in my 20s, vaguely, and thinking that there needed to be a way that things were done, right? That was my thinking then, and it's not necessarily an age thing, but it's probably common in that age group. I don't know. And being very frustrated when things couldn't just stay the way they were, and things couldn't just be one way, and things had to be complicated and nuanced and just not easy to explain or understand or do. And as I've gotten older, I feel a lot less frustration in life because every situation I come across, I go, there's about a million ways that could go. We had a neighbor who was avoiding us. Twice I've watched her on walks. She has literally changed her direction to walk another way when she sees us walking Lola. The first time I was a little relieved because I didn't want to get into a 20-minute conversation, but also I was my feelings were a little hurt. Like, she literally just did an about face and she walked away. And my mind made up all these narratives of why that was. Then it happened again today. And right as my mind started doing that, I went, wait, no, here are, and I was able to name for myself 5 other reasons why she might have done that. And those might not even be the reasons. I don't know the reasons. Because what I think kink has helped me do, and also age and time and experience and blah, 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 but kink especially, is that everybody has their reasons for doing things. Everybody does things differently for the ways that work for them. Sometimes not always healthy ways, but ways that are working for them. And I don't have to understand it. And it doesn't have to be about me when I don't understand it. And it's not like me. They can be over there doing their own thing, vanilla or kink. And I can actively go, I don't understand why that's happening. And then I can move the fuck on with my day. Because something about kink expanded my mind and my horizons enough to understand just how unique we all are. I would have told you at age 31 that I knew that, but did I understand it on a gut level? No. But every single day I come across somebody else in kink. They might use the same titles as me. They might have the same personality as me. They might have the same mental health issues or life experience as me. And yet, when you get into the details of kink, it's going to be completely fucking different. Even when it's similar, it's going to be completely fucking different.
Sure.
And being open to that and embracing that and accepting that makes it easier to embrace and accept differences in every other part of life, at least for me. And so there's no one fucking true way.
No.
Fuck that shit.
Nope.
Look, I didn't expect this video to get monetized, so I'm just going to say all the words. It'll be fine. Let's see. What else? I think I had another one, but it's like, do you have another one?
I think so. Kind of along the lines.
Okay.
You know, this is kind of a generalization.
Okay.
That every sub is a masochist. Every masochist is a sub.
Okay.
You know, and
you're saying yes or no to that?
I'm saying no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We both are total agreement there.
Yeah.
No. They're two separate things. And
right.
Yeah. It's like saying every femdom does this. Every daddy does that. No, they fucking don't.
Nope.
No,
You can be a service submissive and never want a thing to do with any kind of pain. Okay? I have known masochists who love to be beaten till they are black and blue, but ask them to do a service.
Or tell them what to do.
Tell them it ain't going to happen.
Along those lines. Lean in close here, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Shove the earbud in even further,
right.
podcast listeners.
I'm up close. I'm listening. What?
Submissives
Yeah.
come in a range of fucking personalities. They're not all demure with their fucking eyes to the ground, and some of them have fucking opinions, will speak over their daddy dom named John Brownstone, and are still fucking submissive, because just because I'm not submissive to you doesn't mean I'm fucking not fucking submissive. I would like all submissives to internalize that. Just because I'm not submissive to you, rando stranger on the fucking internet or at the munch,
Yeah.
doesn't mean I'm not submissive to the person I want to be submissive to. Submissives and dominants in all roles come in a wide variety of personalities. And this sounds sort of tropey and stereotypical, and I know there will be some people out here who don't disagree because they don't think this is them, but it is. To be a submissive means you have to be a strong person. Here's how I know that about you, dear submissive who does not think you are a strong person. Come in close. Hi. I would zoom, but I can't. I don't know how to control the camera. Here's what I need you to know. You let somebody else's will supersede your own fucking desires. Are you getting what you desire? Yes. But you know, as well as I do, that if that dom wasn't there to tell you to go your ass to bed, you'd stay up for 2 more hours. And you'd probably have fun scrolling. If that dom wasn't there to tell you what to do, you probably would not be on the floor right now groveling and kneeling and getting your kink the fuck on, but you would be doing something, hopefully, that you enjoy doing. You let another person take control of your fucking life, and that takes some goddamn balls. Guts. No, let's not use balls. Let's not use balls. That takes some fucking guts, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Look, video watchers, I'm looking at you over my glasses. That's how you know I'm serious. Podcast listeners, I'm like right the fuck up in your ear. I'm sorry. I said this was gonna be chaotic. This is not an episode where we win any new minds or hearts.
No. But that's okay.
I hate that whole, I haven't heard in a long time the submissives are weak bullshit, but I do see a lot of, you should be quiet. You should, be shy. You should be, and you might be. You fucking might be. That might be exactly who you are. Technically, I'm probably a little shy until I'm comfortable. I mean, clearly I'm comfortable here. But I've got fucking opinions, and I've got goals and fucking ambitions, and I know plenty of submissives who do, and they're still just as submissive. And I also know submissives who really would say, I'm not a strong person, I'm scared of this, I've got these issues, I'm working through this, and they would say they're not strong, but you are, because you're working through all of that and you're submissive, and you let somebody else control you, and that takes trust, and that takes, like I said, a willingness to let your own desires take a back seat for half a second. Let my desires take a back seat for half a second because I know I'm going to get what I want eventually, and it's worth it. And if you're not getting what you want eventually and it's not worth it, then you might be in the wrong situation, is all I'm saying. Oh, I got another one.
Okay.
JB, what podcast listeners can't see, JB's taking a picture of Lola with all her junk out. It's adorable. She's very relaxed. I lost it, though, because I was looking at Lola laying on her back. Shit, I lost it. It was about submissives. I was sure it was about submissives. Fuck, I've lost it. Give me one. Go on a rant. I'm hot and sweaty.
Oh,
y'all, we've ranted so hard.
Well, it's just warm in general.
But also we've ranted so hard. That was why I'm thinking.
Let's see. Another one. The only thing I can think of right now is just BDSM in general.
Okay.
Because of the fact that we've gotten a few people saying, well, you're not really a DS couple. Ha, 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 ha.
That was the most sarcastic laugh I've ever heard.
We don't have to prove our DS to anybody other than ourselves. Mm-hmm. And 2, just like any other aspect of DS or your sexuality or however you want to do, it is a spectrum.
And it's personal to you.
And it's personal to you. Okay? It is a complete, you could go from DS Lite to high protocol, master owner, and anything and any combination in between. It is not one thing or the other. You can be a little of this, little of that, none of that. Right?
And nobody is here for everybody else's approval. The relationship you have, whether that's a play partner, a casual thing, a long-term thing, 24/7, bedroom only, I don't fucking care, is for you and the person you're interacting with, and y'all are the only ones that have to fucking approve. Now, let's keep it legal, let's keep it consensual, let's be aware of risk, all of those things. But beyond that, fuck what they think. Nobody else is living your life, and if they don't pay your fucking bills, they don't get an opinion. I mean, what I said that, and then I remembered that we have a Patreon, and we sell things. We're like, oh, a lot of people pay our bills, so they kind of get an opinion, but they don't get an opinion on our relationship. Nobody but us gets an opinion on our relationship. And I say this as somebody who is literally not allowed into her mother's house because my stepfather thinks we're the worst people to ever walk the earth. Ever. Now, do I see my mother and that's a good thing? And yeah. But I don't know if I'll ever, I don't know when I'll go back to her house and go visit her again. And I'm not changing a fucking thing I do just because of that. Because thankfully, he don't pay my bills. And even if he did, I'd just find a workaround. I mean, let's be real. I'd just find a workaround. I'd find it so that he didn't have to pay my bills. Thank you very much. And when you start worrying, because some people will, especially when you're new. Am I doing this right? Or we like other people? Or I've never seen a dynamic like ours? Or whatever those thoughts are.
Yeah.
I can't stop you from having the thoughts, but hopefully my grating voice will interrupt your thoughts to go, do they pay your bills? Then they don't get a fucking opinion. If you can answer the question of, we've got legal adults, full consent, we're risk aware, and we're constantly communicating. If you can answer those questions, go forth. Do your kinky best. Have a good time. Fuck, I just lost the other one.
Oh gosh.
Back. I think it was in line with what you were saying though.
Okay.
And there's I think there's some real quick ones. There's more than one way to be a dominant. There's more than one way to be a submissive. Switches exist, y'all. Switches exist.
Yeah, they do.
People want us to talk about switching, but we could never do that topic justice. If anybody knows of a good podcast, YouTube channel, whatever, that's devotes time to switching, let us know. We're happy to pass on resources like that, but we are not those people. But they do exist, y'all. If you are a switch, we see you. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we could probably keep going. There's a lot of things, and every single episode we've ever done relates to our philosophies and the things we think. But yeah, I thought I had one that I thought would be kind of unpopular, and then it's apparently my anxious brain went, no, don't say it, because it's gone. It's just floated away. I can't remember it. Oh, one thing. And I've said this before, usually in a rant, so we're going to say it here so it has a home to live in. Everybody in the power exchange or the kink scene should be getting something of what they want. So, submissives, you are not there to just make a dominant fucking happy. I mean, we want to make people happy. I get that. But you should get some of yours, too. And if you're not getting some of yours, Also, I've seen this happen with dominants, especially caregiver types that are the nurturing kind, and they're not the authoritarian or disciplinarian or any of that. Y'all aren't fucking doormats either. What are you getting from the relationship? It is not the worst thing ever to ask yourself, okay, what am I getting from this? Yes, of course. We want to give something to our partner. That's part of our role. Dominants are giving something to a submissive, and they are receiving something. Submissives are giving something to their partner, but also you're receiving something. Yeah. And if you're not getting what you need, what are you doing there?
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Submission is like a well. Okay? You give, you give, you give, the well gets empty. That well needs to be replenished. just the same.
Absolutely.
If the well is empty, you can't give anymore.
I'm going to interrupt us real quick because I shrieked and I realized there's no context for why I shrieked. Pink Kink, which we have mentioned in past episodes, hosted by Rara and Dara, they're both switches. So there, if you're a switch and you're like, but I want to hear other switches talk about shit, go listen to Pink Kink. It's a good episode. It's a good podcast. It's a good podcast. There was another one I had. There's a lot of things I don't think about how much I think and what I think of BDSM in kind of black and white terms. And I'm really, nothing's a binary because everything's nuanced. Like, nothing is all good or all bad. I mean, except those fucking doms, all those damn red flags who have no interest in educating themselves. What? You know what? I don't think we talk about this as a red flag enough, and I think this is a red flag on both sides. Be wary. I'm not saying it's a disqualifying red flag, okay? Because there can be things around it, and there can be reasons for it. But when you're adding up red flags, be wary of a kinkster who has no desire to learn more than they already know, who thinks they know it all, who thinks there's nothing left for them to learn. Might just mean they're arrogant asses. Might mean there's a reason that the learning opportunities just don't work for them, and maybe they just haven't found the right resource. Like, there can be extenuating circumstances, but when you're adding up all the things that make this person a good fit or a bad fit, pay attention when it's a kinkster who's like, I got nothing left to learn. I know what I need to know. I'm not impressed, is what I'm saying.
It is a lifelong learning journey.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What else? There's lots of things. I could keep going. There really was one that I wanted to say, and it's gone. It's gone. Gone. One thing I will say is that, and I know this feels like this would be revelatory information in the year of our Lord 2021. It is okay to disagree with people. It is okay to have your own philosophy of BDSM. I don't have to agree with you to say maybe that's right for them. I don't even have to understand it. Like, that's just my philosophy in life. There are a lot of things I just don't fucking understand. I can't understand, okay? I am a white lady who thinks she might be straight. Okay, like, there's a lot of shit I don't understand. But I can go, okay, and move on with my life. Or I can try to learn. That's always a good option. It's okay that there will be things that you don't understand. I think the questions to ever ask yourself if you want to decide for yourself if you approve or disapprove. And that's a sticky line to walk. Legal adults, full, informed, ideally enthusiastic, but we can't always see enthusiasm, but informed consent.
Yep.
Constant communication, risk aware.
And
then if you can check the box for all of those, I mean, just let it go. There's so many things in this world we all have to worry about societally, with our jobs, with our money, with our families, with ourselves. Like, if you've got time to worry about what other kinksters on the internet are doing, I have questions. Like, right. If it doesn't impact you, and I think there are some things. There's some value judgments. Is somebody being unethical? Are they being racist? Are they being transphobic? Are they being sexist? Are they being any of that? Yeah, have a fucking opinion, because that's about the kind of community we want to be and the things we find acceptable within our within society, within our group and our community, of course. But if their kink is to spit on one another in the privacy of their own fucking home, fucking let them do it.
Right.
Fucking let them do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That falls under the thing to me, and I think that's very important because I've seen some of this cropping up lately. Your kink's not my kink, but your kink's okay.
That's a great philosophy in life.
It really is. It covers so many things in life. But, just because somebody's into a kink that you don't like, you don't have to hate on it, be judgmental. You may not understand it, but that's okay. It makes them happy.
Mm-hmm. Just let people be happy.
Let people be as like you said, as long as it's between two legal consenting adults,
right?
And they're not hurting anybody.
Accept themselves consensually.
Accept themselves, yeah. Let them have their.
Here's what I'll say, and I'm gonna word this delicately because I don't want it to sound very like this binary concept. I'm gonna tell you, it's not a philosophy. It's a thing I don't understand. That leads to a philosophy. That leads to this philosophy. This is where my philosophy comes from.
Okay.
I do not understand how kinksters of any stripe, of any fetish, of any whatever, pardon Lola coughing in the back, can ever be judgmental about another soul on this planet for any reason, for any way of being, for how they live their life, for how they, for the identity that they have. Because let me promise you, kinkster who is judgy about everybody who is different from you, if you ever get caught in a situation where your job is lost because you're kinky, or your FetLife page gets brought up in your fucking divorce proceedings and that affects like child custody, those are things that actually fucking happen. Yes, currently in 2021 they still happen. Nobody's gonna ask, but what kind of kinkster were you? Were you just a little bit kinky? Were you the right kind of kinky? Were you 50 shades kinky? Because that's somehow better. So I will never, I know it happens because human beings are human beings, and the BDSM world is just a cross-section of humanity, okay? We good and bad, we are a cross-section of humanity. But I will never understand how kinksters can be judgmental, and that's a human thing. And am I thinking of certain discourse that we don't talk about here much because we just don't? Yeah. But also it's that same gatekeeping that people were mentioning in the live stream, and the one true wayism. It's that judgy aspect. What are you doing? I will never understand it.
No.
Is it a process if you have had moments in your life where you know you've been judged? I think we all have moments in our life where we're judgmental. It's, I think, a little bit of a human reaction. But then there's like, you have that moment, and then what do you do about that moment? Do you move on with your life and it doesn't matter? Or do you make grand statements and just like show off how judgmental you are? I would say please don't do that. And that's that line, and I think that's a thing that can be, you can learn to not do that. You can learn to go, not my monkeys, not my circus, and move the fuck on. Like that works in a lot of situations. Vanilla and kink, just say to yourself, not my circus, not my monkeys. Yeah. Again, let me add the caveat that we're talking about specific kinky behaviors. When there's a moral decision, an ethical decision about who we want this community to be and who's, quote, allowed in, all the people who are of legal age, by the way, and who's not, and what's allowed, those kinds of things, that's a bigger, different, broader conversation that I will never feel qualified to have. So yes, please do not be racist, sexist, transphobic, all that. Please don't, because we're already in a subsection of humanity that's being extremely judged from the outside in. So what the fuck are we doing judging anybody else and gatekeeping anybody else? Lola, you doing okay down there? Yeah. I am so hot and sweaty after that. That was a chaotic episode.
Worked yourself up into a titty, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. So I recognize with our audience, because the cool kinksters listen to Loving BDSM. I realize they're probably like preaching to the choir. It's so funny. I'm a non-religious person, but a lot of my sayings, clearly. But I do think sometimes these things need to be said, and I do like kind of. Is this the sum total of our beliefs of BDSM? Of course not. We don't have that kind of time. Also, we couldn't think of all of those. You saw how many times our memory failed us. Also, we reserve the right to like change our perspective on things and to add new things and to become enlightened on other things. Because this entire life we lead is a process and a path and a journey, and I can't think of any other words for it, but we're constantly learning, we're constantly experiencing new things, we're taking in new information, we're rejecting old ideas. We are. So we could do this show again in 5 years, this topic, I mean, and we might say different things, and it's okay. We might do an episode a month from now and say something slightly different because we've taken in new information, or there's a subtlety to it. There's a nuance. There's an offshoot that's not quite this situation, blah, blah, blah. And that's okay, too. It's messy and complicated and makes life difficult sometimes. I get that. I know many of us would really like simple answers to things. And there just isn't to most things.
Kind of got to work out the kinks.
Or work them in.
Work them in,
Let's
yeah.
work in the kinks. That's what we're here for. Yeah. So... I think that's it. I think that's plenty.
Okay.
That's fine. So chaotic. I will keep myself up at night over this episode. When we come back in a couple
The
of weeks.
rambling, ranty episode.
I know people like my rants, but I also am like... So, okay, we're going to do a bonus section now.
Okay. Are we good?
I don't know.
I think we're good.
Okay. Keep it kinky, y'all. And we'll see you not next week, but the week after, unless you're a time traveler and you listen to this months later. And and I got the signal to shut up. Hi, Danny. Hi, Danny. I love you. I love you so much. I've got boob sweat and sweat at my hairline. I think my makeup's melting off. I can't stop talking because I'm uncomfortable.
Good.
It's that penetrating stare.
Talk to the crickets.
Oh my God. I don't know if I should be proud or feel bad about this week's episode. I'll let you decide. If I'll say this, if some of what we said is a massive surprise, I'm going to assume you're new here because I go on these rants. I've just never put them all in one episode before, have I? I don't think so. Okay. So what have we got? What have we got? He walked away. What have we got? Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I'm having to double up on some work this week to be able to just not do anything next week, but I'm looking forward to it. What else? I'm sure there's stuff. What stuff? Lola is good. We are having to redo our walking schedule with her, and I still can't take her out by myself because when she decides not to listen to me, she really does not listen. Twice on our walk today, she needed to get out of the road because there was a car coming. It's a teeny tiny little, like, mostly dirt kind of road. And we needed to get to the side, and she would not listen to me. And the only way to get her off the road, JB had to grab the top of her harness and, like, almost lift her up so she would start walking, her legs kind of start moving, and get her off the road. I could not do that right now. So, like, it would be better if I just walked her at, like, 7:30 in the morning when it's kind of cool, but I can't move her if she doesn't want to be moved. So that's going on. The cats, there's no truce. There are moments where we think, are these two okay? Are we finding harmony? And then one of them hisses at the other, and then the other one swats at the other. And I've noticed they both like to come up sneak up behind each other and like attack in retaliation for whatever happened 15-20 minutes before. So it's an uneasy piece. We just keep throwing snacks and treats at them, and they mostly stay quiet. What else have we got? I've talked about Lola, and I've talked about the cats. Mm-hmm. That's all I could think of. I talked about working a little harder so that I could take next week off.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing else. Are we that boring?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are that boring.
We have appointments to get our eyes checked get new glasses.
Yes, and then
Looking forward to that.
I'm going to go on Zenny and maybe get multiple pairs of glasses. I've never had, no, I won't say this. When I was a kid and back in the day when like lens crafters would do BOGO, buy one, get one free, that was how I got my glasses every year because my parents did the thing I did with my kids, which was, you're probably going to break a pair. And so I always had 2 pair, but only for a BOGO. And literally it didn't matter how bad my eyesight got. We were waiting till lens crafters had the BOGO on before I could go get my eyes checked. And I kind of did, not with lens crafters, but I did kind of something similar with the kids once they started needing glasses. But once I had to start buying my own glasses.
Started being a lot more careful with them, weren't you?
1 pair.
Yeah.
So I did a selfie. Did I post it to my personal Insta? I don't think so. I will later. I actually took a selfie without my glasses on. I don't know why. I never do that. And it was like, I think I look correct with my glasses on. Mm-hmm. But also I love the idea of glasses as an accessory / face jewelry. And it's like I want more than 1 pair. I want a pair to suit my mood. But at $100, $200, $300, $400 a pop, hell no. Yeah. So Zenny is like giving me life because it's like, wait, I could get, as long as I'm still single vision lenses, I could get a pair for like $20 or $30. Oh, let me get 2 or 3 pair, including sunglasses. So I'm looking forward to that. You're going to get yours there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they have a sale on, so that it'll work out. It'll work out. So yeah, for the first time for me, I think 5 or 6 years, we had lived at the condo. That was the year we moved into the condo. Right. That was 2015. Okay, yeah, 6 years. It's been 6 years since I got my eyes checked. I know my glasses are failing me. I'm squinting it a lot more. Mm-hmm. And it's not pleasant.
I'm actually taking mine off more and more to see.
Yeah, that is not my problem. I got into a conversation last night with a 15-year-old whose eyesight is just as bad, if not worse than mine. His lenses are super thick. We both were talking about how we're kind of glad we live in this time and age where glasses are a thing, because we're like, how would we survive out like 10,000 years ago with this eyesight? I'm like, baby, we wouldn't have. Okay. I just don't think we would have. Or we would have had to be protected by the village or whatever. Like, I don't know how we would have survived.
You'd need to have some really special talents for that to happen.
Oh, I know. And I hope everybody is aware. I'm totally looking at purple lenses at my glasses. I've got several pairs at Zenny's favorited, so I can go back to them. I used to have a plastic lens that was like the dark frame all the way around, kind of a squarish lens. Those were super cute. They were not purple at the time, but I got so many compliments on them. And I found a purple pair that are kind of similar to that. And then I moved to this because here's the thing I hate about buying glasses, other than the expense, because it's ridiculous. I can't see without my glasses, but what I'm supposed to do is put on a pair of frames with fake lenses in them and decide, yes, that looks good. All I see is a white person flesh blob. Like, that's all I see. Like, it's just this pink peach color. I don't see features.
Yeah.
How do I know my glasses look okay?
Especially after they dilate your eyes.
Oh, I don't ever do that.
But
I know I should. I don't.
That's why I always bring somebody with me.
Well, yeah, and I do too, but I don't know, were you wrangling a kid? There was something going on when I went to pick out glasses, and I had to rely on the very nice, kind person who was, helping me with my glasses selection. But the problem with that is you then are dealing with the other person's expectations of who they think you are. And I was, a 30-something lady with 2 kids running around screaming, and they were like, oh, I'm sure you'd like the invisible frames. Then you get to see more of your face. And I was like, I can't see anything while I'm testing these lenses anyway. Sure. I'm now used to them. I've grown but I do kind of miss my funky frames. I just do. I did these frames, even though they're kind of invisible, do have purple on them, on the stems. There's a dark purple. They're called stems.
Oh, okay.
I always heard they were called stems. Are the sides of glasses, y'all decide, arms or stems. I've always heard stems. But anyway, there is a purple, I don't know if I'm trying to show that to the camera. I'm not sure the camera can pick it up.
Yeah,
they're purple. because I can see that there's a camera in front of me. It's just a big black blob. It's bad. So I like, Zinni has this thing of, can try them on, like virtually try them on. I like that. And Missy said in the live stream chat, take a selfie and then put your glass back.
That's a great idea.
That was a great idea. Was I doing selfies 6 years ago? Was I that person? I am now. But was I that person?
I don't think so, no.
No. I think I was of that age. Selfies weren't completely new then, but they were new to me because not my experience. And I was like, who takes a selfie? This bitch takes a selfie. By the way, if you ever wanted to know. I take selfies all the time. But at the time, I probably, would not have even thought of it. That's a good idea, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, see, faces, they're called stones.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Faye. I mean, I would have given begrudging credit if you had said arms, but you agree with me, so yay. I should be ashamed of myself when I do stuff like that. I'm not. I like to be right. Not always, but I like it when I am.
Mm-hmm.
What else? You're going to go to a quilt shop with me next week during our week off.
And you're going to go to a sawmill with me.
This is what partnerships and relationships are about. Would I rather poke my eye out with a hot stick than go to a sawmill? Yeah. But am I going? Yeah. Also, you actually are a better human being than I am, because I know that quilt shop's not your first place you ever want to go, but you will go and you will be completely lovely. You'll probably charm all the people who work there and the other shoppers. I won't make any stereotypical comments about age or gender, because I was pleasantly surprised when we went in there. Well, one day there was a good mix of folks across a couple of spectrums. But you'll probably be like having a chit chat with somebody on the side. You'll make yourself right the fuck at home. I will not at that sawmill. I will stand there awkwardly and smile politely. And he will take forever because it's wood, and you'll be super excited. And I'll be like, oh God, when can we leave? When can we leave? Let's see. What else? I mean, it's just same old, same old.
It's been a different week for us because we've mainly been focusing on some lifestyle changes.
Oh God, yeah. We were actually cranky when we missed our walk on Monday.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of running around with kids, and then by the time we could walk, it was like late. And we're like, we'll just skip today.
And we were exhausted. It was a long work day for us.
It was a long day. Yeah.
But
I think Friday will be in that position too.
Yeah.
A band concert to go to.
But we'll probably talk more about that in the Friday night live stream. But yeah, we've been making a lot of lifestyle changes.
We now own a blood pressure cuff, a glucometer. Is that the right way to say it?
I think so.
Which we can't seem to make work for me, but it's fine. It's fine. Supplements.
Yeah.
We own those too. Diligently taking those.
Yeah.
Anything else? I think that's it.
I think, yeah.
I mean, we're watching our carbs. We're moving more. I either, and maybe both, have to either learn how to de-stress and relax, or I have to decrease my caffeine intake to try and get my blood pressure to go down. I think both of those are highly unlikely, and maybe I should just ask for the prescription now. I was like, yes, I do need to de-stress. Oh, what? The deductible for that next doctor's appointment is how much? Oh, okay, yes, I'm feeling very relaxed right now. This is fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah.
Sure, yoga's going to help with that. I do want to get into yoga, and I do think that there's some good properties to it, and I'm not disparaging yoga. I'm just thinking it's not going to pay that deductible. That's what I'm thinking.
I have started back to doing Tai Chi
Yes.
in the morning.
I feel like you are, that is something that works for you on a lot of levels, because you do, from the outside looking in, appear more mellow. I mean, in most interactions.
Yeah.
Not when I make you do an episode where we just rant back and forth, but
yeah, I know.
outside of that, you come across as...
I agree with Taishu.
Decreasing caffeine will lead to stress. You're
yeah.
right. Yeah. Actually, I really, like, I do a lot of things that I know are things I enjoy, but I know they should help me de-stress. Like, I have outside hobbies. I am getting better at stopping a work day and, like, separating those two things. I do things that I enjoy. We take time. Like, I'm doing a lot of things right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, yeah, I do want to get into yoga and maybe some mindfulness stuff, maybe some kind of form of meditation. I don't know. But I'm like, actually, the thing that would be the quickest to do and to check would be decreasing my caffeine. But we don't have anything that's not caffeinated except water in this house. So when we go to the grocery store, I'm going to get some decaf items and test it, see if that helps.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up at least one coffee a day. Like, take that from my cold dead hands. But do I need 3 coffees a day and a large unsweet iced tea and a Diet Coke? Probably not. Probably not. That might be a little too much caffeine. And hey, maybe if I decrease my caffeine consumption, I might sleep better. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will do our, even though we're on off for this stream / podcast recording next week, we will do the live stream hangout, and actually we will have more information from doctor's appointments and just our own like plan that we're on. And yeah, and if I have gone decaf on stuff, you might see a grown-ass lady crying on a YouTube live stream and it not be an apology video. But yeah, so no, that's
kind of been it.
Yeah, because there's stuff, but it's not at a point. It's like, let's talk about this.
There's a lot of stuff in the works, but yeah, not anything we're ready to talk about just yet.
No.
You know, getting ready for the end of school coming up.
Yes, I get to see my mom for the first time in a year, and it looks like the 15-year-old will be able to get vaccinated soon if the CDC signs off on the Pfizer vaccine, which is the one they give around here a lot.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. So we'll only have one kid left to get vaccinated. And he turns 12 in September, so it would mean, like, just get through the summer. He doesn't want to go anywhere anyway, so
no.
it's fine. But yeah, I get to see my mom the first time in a year in early June. That is very exciting. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and when she comes, Lola may be meeting her fur cousin.
Yes, we might have another dog here. We don't know yet. We won't know.
Don't know for sure, but there's a possibility of that.
Yes, that will be very interesting. So yeah, there's stuff going on, but I feel like I gave all my energy at the office. The hour or so that we ranted on this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm deflated. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good. If you made it to this point,
power to you.
Yeah, you're a hero. I'm telling you that right now. I don't know what this episode did for anybody. It was entertaining to make. That's about all I can say about that.
Yeah.
A person who, for whatever reason, craves validation and people liking her, it's hard to get concrete opinions out of. But we're here to stretch our boundaries and limits and grow as people, and so I did the thing. Yeah. So I think that's it. I think that's plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be back. We got stuff.
We always will be.
We always are.
Yep.
We're two weird people with an internet connection and a microphone, so where the fuck are we going? But until the next time, everybody have a great day, rest of your day, night, morning, whatever time zone, wherever you are going to work. I'm so sorry. You're getting off work. Yay! Are you on your lunch break? Have something good.
Just going to work. I am so sorry.
So sorry. But until then, we will see you later. Bye.
Bye.